Hi, everybody. So I wanted to do what I hope is a short video on the solar eclipse that's happening this week on Wednesday, August 12th. So I've been thinking about it and thinking about it, and I gotta say that most of the videos I do sort of come to me as it's something I hear on the radio, and I think, I wonder if that involves numerology or something that somebody says to me, and I just look it up, and sure enough, and one of the things that, for instance, generational trauma, that came to me because my sister and I have talked about this, and if she's in these videos a lot, it's because she has a lot to do with some of the things that I talk about. So I'm going to just give you some of the things that I thought about. And this is the August um, chart, so to speak. So here's August. We've done this before in the predictions channel or video that I did with Naja. So there's August, AUGUST, and here's all the numbers that reflect against it that calculate 1373116. Six or two? Two. And that equals 17. So 1 plus 7 equals 8. So August is an 8 month. And it's very true. So when I think of the things that August represented to me, it represented getting the kids ready for school. So it took money to go to the store to get them clothes, to get their return to school items that they needed. So yeah, there was definitely an element of business, of money, of power and control. That's what August is about. It's about the number 8, which represents all of those things. It represents power and control. Yeah. So anyway, in August now, we've got Lionsgate, which was 8/8, 2026, which, if you add all of those numbers across, the 8 plus the 8 plus the 2 plus the 0 plus the 2 plus the 6, you get 17, and 7 plus 1 is 8. So Lionsgate is a powerful place to start. Now we have the eclipse. Okay, so let's see. So not only do we have eclipse here, but we also have the symbol for infinity, which is the 8 upside down. There you go. That's the 8. That always blows my mind. So there's infinity. Look at all the nines. I mean, when I calculated this, I calculated all the nines, and then I added 5 plus 4 equals 9. Then I did 7 plus 2 equals 9. So there was all of these nines. Well, 9 adds up. 9 represents an ending of sorts. So it makes me wonder, what does infinity actually mean? Is there an ending that we're unaware of? Or does it mean it just goes on forever, and then once we end, we see we have a symbol for an ending. When we go to the other side, we have this symbol that reminds us that we're part of a whole. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so here's I'm sorry, the word for eclipse, eclipse, and here are the calculations: 5339715. They add to a 33. So a solar eclipse. Now there's solar. I'm so sorry. I'm struggling getting this. There's SOLAR 16319. It equals a 202. So the 6 or the 33, but the 6 plus the 2 equals 8. Again, a powerful energy. And this solar eclipse is in Leo. Leo I haven't done Leo. I'll have to do that. But anyway, Leo is the lion. Leo is very powerful, very, I I don't want to say controlling, but he has control over his part of the universe. Interesting. Again, I'm not an astrologer. I'm a numerologist. So I'm reading what the numbers are telling me. I listen to a lot of astrology. I do some tarot cards. I'm not going to do them this time, but it is interesting to think about what the tarot tells us in terms of this eclipse, this solar eclipse. So one of the things that my sister and I talked about today, very quickly, and this is kind of what prompted me to say, all right, I'm going to do a video. She talked about a concept between light and shadow. And since we've been doing all the shadow, I'm sorry, I'm fluffing out my hair. Since we've been doing all the shadow videos, it made me start to think because maybe that's the culmination of this eclipse. The idea that the eclipse is balancing the dualities of shadow and light. That's so fascinating. It's an opportunity to look at what really is going on the inside of us. And then when we look at it, it's also an opportunity because it is a global eclipse. Maybe it has something to do with our outside world as well. We don't know that. And all we do know is that by this duality happening, it's bringing things to light, both inside of us and possibly inside of our governments, inside of our countries, inside of the people around us. It's happening everywhere. So, okay, so let's take a look. There is, so what we do know is that there is an alignment. I did a calculation for alignment. So that's 139754552. That adds up to 41, and it's a 5, which is an interesting number in itself. So alignment, there's something that we have no control over. They're traveling to get there. That's the 5. And it's bringing about change. It represents freedom. That's what the 5 is all about. That's very, very fascinating. And that's happening in the skies at the same time on the night of the eclipse. That's really fascinating. So then we have the concept of shadow, and then I put light in here. And you can see that the shadow 181465, sorry, I always think there are two, adds up to 25, and shadow is a 7. So the 7, as we've talked about on plenty of videos here, it represents introspection. It represents the inside. It represents research, analysis, and that is the shadow side of things. So when we are in shadow, we're looking at a darker side, an introspective side, the inside. I I I don't know how to put that any other way, and I hope you guys get that. And then we look at the word light. Maybe this will help. So LIGHT is a 39782. This all adds to 29. 2 plus 9 equals 11. 11 is a master number. To me, these are polar opposites, and they are. Shadow and light in itself is a polar opposite. The numbers that they add to, 7 and then the 11 for light, is polar opposite. So, oh, I'm sorry. If you guys want to do a screenshot, you can. I'll leave this up for a minute. Well, a few seconds anyway. Okay, thank you. But the beauty of it is that the 11 is about spiritual creativity. That is one of the most intense blessings we can have when an 11 is part of our numbers, or in this case it's part of the light. It's part of the light. When we talk about shadow, it's a 25/7. It's a number that is very introspective. It's a number that's so they are opposites. They're polar opposites, but one and the same they represent the duality of what the eclipse is showing us. There is shadow and light together. Okay? For a brief moment in time, and it gives us an ability to see what is dark and to bring it into a lighter view of that master 11. We can be spiritually creative with it. Mm. I'm really wishing you all the best, and I hope that you are planning to view what we're able to see. I know that there is going to be some of this solar eclipse that's available to us to see. It's going to be more of a partial here, even though it's really happening, but it's not that it's not going to be so much visible to us except partially. So remember that for I don't know what time it is. I'll try to find that out and put that on a post in the community page. Yeah. So blessings to you all, and I'm wishing for the best for the eclipse for you, the best energy possible. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye, everybody.